The following video was recorded before Koro leaks.
I'm hoping this video won't be too outdated when I edit this. In this particular video, I'm going to discuss a few things in relation to the Pokemon franchise in general. Games, some anime discussion, and other things relating to Pokemon. Pokemon! 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 Hello everyone, I'm Dustin Benzel, and welcome to another Pokemon video. It's been quite a few days since I've created a video. Was kind of getting bored not making a video, and I'm still working on other things, but let me just jump in for Pokemon news and stuff. So anyway, let's start off with the games. What's going on with the games? There are quite a few game tidbits here for fans of the various Pokemon games, from the main games to Pokken, and I'll discuss anything that I find interesting for the most part. So let's start off with the most important gaming news bit. Pokemon is reaching its 20th anniversary. Pokemon Red and Green were released in Japan on February 27th, 1996, and it was the start of an amazing and well-known franchise that it is now. It's just an amazing series. So, to celebrate this wonderful anniversary, there is an event distribution of most mythical Pokemon. It seems all the mythical Pokemon from Mew to Genesect will be distributed from February to December. They will either be distributed via GameStop or Nintendo Network. It seems the GameStop distributions are in the United States only, and takes place elsewhere in other places. So if your local GameStop doesn't have these events, I advise you to look up some Pokemon news sites around the internet for information in regards to what you can get in regards to your particular mythical Pokemon, if you can get said mythical Pokemon. So for the GameStop distributions, we have, starting with Mew, from February 1st to 24th will, of course, be Mew. In May will be, of course, Darkrai, and there's no particular dates. Arceus will be in August, and Genesect will be November. Those four mythical Pokemon will be GameStop only. Now, for the Nintendo Network, I believe you just have to have Wi-Fi access, basically, in order to get the following 7 Pokemon, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, from Celebi to Meloetta. So from March 1st to the 24th, Nintendo Network will distribute Celebi. Jirachi will be distributed in April, Manaphy in June, Shaman in July, Victini in September, Keldeo in October, and Meloetta finally in December. For more specific dates for the events running on April through December, keep an eye on Pokemon news websites. If I even think of it, maybe I'll post a Twitter notice about that. But otherwise, look up Pokemon news sites to see if it'll be like the same. I'm thinking, considering February and March have the same dates, that it might be from the first of those months to the 24th. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now, as you probably noticed, Deoxys is not on that list, and of course that's likely because you can capture it as it is in Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire, once you've captured the Rayquaza, of course. And obviously the 6th generation mythical Pokemon have been excluded for obvious current 6th generation reasons. So, and then of course there's especially Volcanion, and I'm not sure if it'll be distributed for the United States residents or non-Japan residents in late 2016 or 2017. I would assume, and I could be wrong on this, that it would depend on whether or not Pokemon Z, the game, comes out this late year, October, November. Then perhaps non-Japan residents will get Volcanion distribution at that time. I'm uncertain of this because with all the other mythical Pokemon happening in the United States during that time, it's really hard for me to imagine that GameStop or the Nintendo Network would also have a Volcanion event running. So it may be until 2017 that non-Japan residents will get Volcanion, but I can be wrong. And that's even, of course, assuming Pokemon Z is even a game that comes out. If not, I'm not really sure. But of course, Japan residents will get Volcanion distributed to their particular games at the movie in July of 2016. July 16th, I believe. So, hopefully the Core that's released, that will be released in a couple of days, leaks probably sooner than that, or even the Coro in February. Maybe that'll tell us what's going on in that particular department in regards to the games, and maybe give us better speculation of when Volcanion will be distributed. So anyway, I think that's it for the main game news, the Game Freak news, and stuff like that. Um, Although there is some other news, in the US, there are going to be new Nintendo 3DS Pokemon themed bundles coming out, and it'll have red and blue, like I mentioned in that other video. Red and blue, and I think maybe yellow was coming to the eShop, or just red and blue, for the Nintendo and stuff. So they're going to be pre-installed on these new 3DSs, and of course they will have cover plates for Charizard and Blastoise included, so you can have your own specially themed new Nintendo. I'm pretty sure this bundle will probably cost somewhere between $250 to $300. I think the normal price is approximately $200, not counting tax. So probably $250 $300 is probably what you're going to expect to pay for this type of bundle. If it's roughly around the same price as a normal new Nintendo, then that would be fantastic. Wish I had the money. So I think that's pretty much it. For other Pokemon game news, I want to also mention, of course, Pokken Tournament.
Please keep in mind that the following segment was indeed recorded before Coro was leaked.
On my Titter, on my Twitter, when Sceptile was revealed, I mentioned how the trailer with Sceptile was amazing, and I was blown away. And I think I even made a video where I slightly touched upon it, like just mentioning it when there was like nothing else to mention. And I think it was the same video that I mentioned that the old versions of the game, Pokemon games, Pokemon Red and Blue and maybe Yellow, were going to be included in eShop or something like that. It was like relating to Coro or some sort of Nintendo Direct and stuff of that nature. So yeah, I did mention a little bit of Sceptile, but anyway, the reason I bring this up is because there is a reason why I only focus on the anime and the main games, and it's where my interest in Pokemon is. It's not that I'm against anything else. It's just that I really like the main games and the anime. They are the ones that I focus on the most, so that's what I talk about because I'm most comfortable talking about it. So I can't really discuss the trading card games or other types of games because I'm just not comfortable with them. But anyway, I did want to mention Pokken because Pokken Tournament, because it's a really cool looking game. It's like it's a Pokemon themed Smash Brothers game, but with Tekken elements. Of course, Tekken and Smash Brothers, the most recent ones, are produced by the same producer, Bandai Namco, which is also responsible for Pac-Man. So it's really cool that we're getting this specialized Pokemon themed things. Maybe even getting Pokemon that wouldn't actually appear in Pokemon Smash being transferred over to Pokken Tournament. And I think the only similarities for Pokken Tournament and Smash Brothers is what, Pikachu and Lucario, I think. If I can check my internet real quick. Yeah, oh, there's Pikachu Libre, but that's not on Smash. Let's see. Yeah, no, oh, Charizard. Okay, so of course Charizard would probably include it. I wasn't really sure on that. Yeah, so I think a lot of the Pokemon that are playable show up. Of course, I don't see Jigglypuff, and Jigglypuff was a Pokemon you can get in Smash Bros, right? Mewtwo. Oh yeah, Jigglypuff. So looks like Jigglypuff is the only one that didn't transfer over. Of course, we do get Mewtwo, but we get like a Shadow Mewtwo. Anyway, I just wanted to bring this up because the 15th they're going to reveal a new character, and that's probably going to also have a trailer as well or whatever. So it'll look interesting and stuff to see that trailer and everything. And unfortunately, because it's exclusive to Wii U, I really can't get the game, and primarily why I can't really talk about it. I mean, I know KG Prestige has a Wii U. He plays Super Mario Maker, the game that I would play the crap out of if I had a Wii U. So I know at least he could potentially get Pokken Tournament. So I can really only talk it from a from a distant point of view, a distant perspective, because of course I'm broke and stuff. And the most advanced console that I have, not counting my computer that I use, is of course the 3DS, not the new 3DS, but the just the regular 3DS. Mine's like black. I mean, I have a blue, but it's kind of broken right now. If I can get it fixed, it has a lot of my digital games on it that I would love to play. I haven't even been able to beat that new Zelda game because of it. But it's like so I can only focus on 3DS games currently, and even if the next generation isn't for the 3DS, I'll still talk about it because it'll be the next generation. But anyway, and the money that I do get is probably going to be primarily for Steam anyway, so I can't get any new 3DS games anyway. Although there's quite a few that I would like to get, like Majora's Mask, Smash Brothers, Fantasy Life, and I'd like to have a copy of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But, and of course, those are all the games I can think of, but, I'm pretty much poor. So, anyway, as I said, there will be a new character revealed this 15th, and it's a particular has a particular character. Um, in its name that it gave a hint, so it could be something like Genghis Khan or something like that, or Swampert. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what's going on. So check my Twitter for the 140 character opinion of that particular character when it comes out. And so I think that's pretty much it. So it'll be revealed relatively soon. It may already have been revealed depending on when I upload this. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it I can think of for the game news. That's all I can think of at this moment or whatever. So I guess we'll move on quickly to the anime. Um, while we haven't really gotten any new anime information for the most part, we have gotten slightly different summaries that pretty much say the same thing or whatever. But there have been some merchandise out there in regards to certain Pokemon, and of course, a lot of people are wondering, are they going to be new captures or not? And of course, that's Swirlix and Esper. See, so I'm gonna just give you my quick thoughts on this and stuff or whatever, and just move on. So, in regards to Swirlix, now of all the Pokemon, you would think that Ash has a better chance of getting it right. I mean, Serena's getting a Sylveon, so why would she get two fairy types so close to each other? But so why not two fairies? So why would she have two fairies? So, of course, it's Ash's, right? Potentially. Well, I have a general statement, and it should cover all the reasons why I don't want Ash with the Swirlix, and it's as simple as this. Swirlix has appeared in over 12 episodes within the anime, more so than some of the other 6th generation Pokemon. Barbicle is only shown twice. Binacle hasn't even shown up at all, at least as far as I'm aware. So, are you telling me, you producers and writers of the Pokemon anime, you're going to give Ash a Pokemon that has appeared in 12 episodes and yet you couldn't be bothered to give Ash a Pokemon that hasn't actually appeared as much. You know, you couldn't give him this Swirlix a long time ago, before we found out that Sawyer Shota had a Slurpuff. So it should be noted that there are better options, just simply because they haven't shown up as much or hasn't had as much focus. And Swirlix might be one of those Pokemon that's not part of the main cast that has probably been in the anime the second most amount of the episodes. I think the number one is currently Furfrou, and then of course if I think Swirlix is right after that for Pokemon not on the main cast. So you know, I mean, even Skiddo has only appeared 5 episodes, so you'd think that it would appear a lot sooner. So, or it would have a better chance of getting caught. So, yeah, you know, and even though I will be entirely confused if Ash were to get this Swirlix, I'm not going to be entirely against it. I'm not entirely going to hate it, but it's going to be a case that it should have happened a long time ago. A long time ago. Kind of just like Skiddo. You know, Skiddo should have been caught before Hawlucha was caught, because you can get Skiddo in the games before Grant, so Skiddo should have been caught like right after Grant, and then of course Hawlucha caught around the same time. So, of course, what about the Pokemon that haven't appeared as much? Skiddo at least has 5 episodes, but Fanta, Bergmite, Klefki, Carbink, and Honedge, they haven't even gotten as much episodes. You know, I mean, and even counting some of the evolutions there haven't appeared all that much. You know, I mean, at least we know Avalugg probably will appear with Wulfric at least. You know, so it's like, why give Ash a Swirlix when it hasn't appeared all that much? So anyway, that's pretty much it. So let's discuss Esper really quick. I really don't care if Esper is going to be on part of the team. I don't really care who gets it. It could be Serena, it could be Ash, and I would be perfectly okay with it. Esper is one of those Pokemon that I don't think has shown up very much, except maybe like 2 or 3 episodes. And of course, it could either go with Serena or Ash. Serena could use a Psychic type, because I don't know if Braixen's going to evolve, and even if Braixen does evolve, it's not really going to be focused on its Psychic types, and Esper could be used as a Psychic type Pokemon. And then Ash would have an interesting Psychic type Pokemon to begin with, although it would be a little weird after the battle with Olympia and stuff. Having Ash with an Esper or a Meowstic would be kind of weird. So, like I said, I don't think the merchandise means anything. I just think they're just Pokemon that are just showing up. But of course, if spoilers do come out, or at least other Pokemon coming out hinting at potential captures, I of course will let you know. Now, speaking of the anime, earlier in this video I was talking about the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. While the 20th anniversary of the anime won't occur until next year, because the anime came out in 1997, April 1st, I believe, April Fool's Day, is when Pokemon was released in Japan, I believe. There are 20th anniversary related news to this. The first 3 movies, Mewtwo Strikes Back, Pokemon 2000, Spell of the Unknown, Entei, will be digitally remastered and released on iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon Instant Video. So if you like the English dub of those movies, of those Pokemon movies, then you might want to go check it out. Okay, so I think I covered everything out there. Unless you want me to just quickly touch up on mentioning the Generations trading card game, or the Nendoroid Pokemon Trainer Red with Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise, and other related Pokemon products. If you're curious, look it up. And in fact, I'll leave a link in the description below to the 20th anniversary of Pokemon video that was released. So if there's something in there that can catch your eye, just go look it up on the internet. So before I end this video, there's just some other things that I want to go over real quick. Koro and Pokemon Fan will be coming out soon if they haven't already been leaked. So, not to mention, of course, the Bonnie and Puny-chan episode is coming out really soon, too. Finally, this week, after having so many days off, 20 days or so, so we'll be getting VAs for the Noibat episode as well as a preview. And each of these things will, of course, get their own video, at least if they're in different content. So in the next week or so, in the following next week or whatever, expect 3 videos to come out. Koro. The first video likely to come out will, of course, probably be Koro leaks, although this might wait until after the Bonnie and Puny-chan episodes, probably like somewhere Friday or Saturday. So I'll wait a couple of days, and maybe that's when we'll get everything. So look at the Twitter, and I'll give you my early thoughts and opinions on the leaks. Of course, I'll put a link of my Twitter account in the description below. The second video, the first video you'll probably likely see will be the Bonnie and Puny-chan episode review. And of course my thoughts on the Noibat episode. I will discuss the VA list, like if Noivern is listed, if the preview reveals an evolution or reveals that Floette is AZ's Floette or the eternal form of Floette, or even a capture. If we see Ash throwing a Pokeball at Floette, I'll be mentioning that as well. So the video that you can expect really soon is definitely going to be that. Finally, the third video will, of course, be discussing, of course, Pokemon Fan. I will, of course, be talking about the Pokemon Fan, and it should reveal a lot of information about these upcoming episodes. I expect it to reveal something about the Noibat episode, the Dance Party episode, the Ash versus Alon episodes, and it should technically, hopefully, reveal the other 3 titles of February, since those are still unknown. So I think that's pretty much it, but one final piece of information before I end this video. If you like the dub of the Pokemon anime and you like that, just some interesting news here. On February 20th on Cartoon Network, Pokemon XYZ, the series, will indeed air. So you can get your dub fix then if you want. You know, at the very least, check out the opening, because I'll at least check out the opening theme. I'm kind of mixed on the dub. I think I'm just too spoiled on the original voices, Rika Matsumoto and all those other characters, and I think it's just more of a natural fit and stuff. And then there are some things that the dub does that I don't really like. But, you know, I'll at least check out the opening things, because maybe it'll be interesting. I mean, a lot of my favorite Pokemon themes are English, because I can actually understand it. Not saying that the Pokemon Japanese themes are bad, it's just that I can't really relate to it. I can't really sing it because it's in a different language. So hopefully, maybe the Pokemon XYZ opening will be very interesting and very cool. So I think that's pretty much it that I have to say. So finally, I'm done. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Dustin Benzel, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.